So here we are in Daytona, and I'm going to get to interview my teammates. As soon as they stop talking in Spanish, Portuguese, or, well, I don't know, New Zealand, what, Kiwi. So, Memo, you've been in the team, you and Scott been in the team for many years. Do you think you guys, like every year you guys getting like Colombians, Brazilians, and different type, do you think we need less of that?
No, it makes it more interesting. I think the international flavor is part of the Ganassi organization. I don't think they've ever had like single country drivers for the whole team, and I think it's a great mix and blend for the team and for the fans to have all of us.
Scott, my question is, I remember we had Dan as a teammate, and Dan, during the race when he needed to go to the restroom, remember he used to pee on the seat. As I'm driving after you, can you give me a heads up if that happens?
No, I'll probably keep that pretty quiet. I want you to sort of slip in and just, feel it for real, maybe catch you off guard a little bit, but I'll try not to pee in the seat.
Please don't.
I'm not going to say any names, but it has happened in this team.
In this team?
Yeah. I can't say names.
Who was it?
I can't say.
Was it you?
No, maybe. Could be me, could be Scott, could be...
Here we go. It's all the teammates that you guys both had. What was the worst habit that any of us, we don't have to mention names, we can just probably make, what was the grossest thing that you've seen a teammate of yours?
Grossest?
Yeah.
In the car or outside?
It doesn't matter, eventually.
Oh. Well, when I was racing in Europe, I had a, well, I can't really say this. Is this okay? No matter.
Let's talk about Grand Am.
Okay.
The DP cars.
Okay, because the other one was a French teammate. He was kind of crazy. I had this routine before qualifying that you want to hear about.
Okay.
But in Grand Am, Scott's a gentleman. He really, not a gentleman driver, but he's a gentleman. So he doesn't get to do any gross stuff, So that's, I'd say, I don't know. Scott behaves really well, so I don't say he does anything weird. But I bet
Scott, what about you? Probably had the worst teammates, haven't you?
Yeah, but I'm trying to think of gross things they've done in the car. We know all the stories, especially about what you guys used to get up to outside of the car, but in the car we've kept it pretty sane. I think peeing in the seat is probably the worst, but there's many that do that.
As we know the history of this team, we had teammates that were not very popular among other drivers because of the heating. So is it more fun to make a clean pass or to just rub it in on the slow cars? Because we're obviously on a pretty fast car.
Well, I think you guys come from open wheel racing, and the first thing I noticed from jumping from open wheel racing to this car is that the car stands a lot of rubbing, and so I'd say a lot of rubbing isn't bad in this kind of cars. Obviously, you need to wait till the race is kind of getting to the end because it's a 24-hour race, but you'll notice the car is pretty strong. So
I start with a list. It's normally pretty small, and as the week goes on, it gets gradually a lot longer. You just need to ask Dario about it. The list is pretty long.
Can you give me just leave the list in the steering wheel so I know which ones they are?
Yeah, exactly, and especially after Montoya being at the team, I think there's a long list out there for us as well.
So we just need to make sure that people don't realize that Montoya is actually not with us anymore.
The back of the car now says Montoya is not driving on the back. So
here we go. This is Tony Kanaan reporting from the Daytona 24 with my teammates Memo and Dixie, and it's time to go race now.